Welcome back, folks, to the Via Pinstriping page. If you are new to this channel, please consider subscribing, and if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for watching. I'm trying to get this thing to focus on my hands here. I have a Kafka number 3 that was given to me by a subscriber by the name of Jason Chrysler. I believe that's how you say your name. I apologize if I said it wrong. And I just wanted to give a shout out to Jason. We are going to be doing a large scroll design here on the top of a skateboard. I decided that I'm going to try to film this one color at a time. So right now we're going to start with the red, and we'll see. I'm going to try to do full colors, so we'll see what colors I end up with. I'm going to palette the brush first. Everything's all the paletting's going to be done off camera. And I apologize for the setup in advance. This is a little unorthodox. I left my camera stand in a bad spot. So let's get started. So with these big scroll designs, man, I hope that thing's focusing. With these big scroll designs, I like to try to consider what the next move is going to be. So I've really been enjoying doing these types of shapes here, kind of like a feather, that lead into some scrolls. And those sort of end up becoming anchors for other colors and other moves later on. And I think with this, I'm going to try to do kind of something that goes outward. And I think I'll do another one here. A little bit more exaggerated. Now with scrolls, depending on how far you're going to go, at least in my opinion, I might reduce more or less. With this part, I sort of knew I wasn't going to go so far, so I didn't reduce as much as I did with this part. And I'm going to let the paint dry in between colors, and y'all might see a different setup on the next color. But for now, I'm just kind of considering which way it's going to go. Let's see here. I might add on to this. I'm going to push down to just give it a little shape. Right. And here, this gives me a little hook for something else. So I think I'll just right. Now this is a brand new Kafka brush, so you can see these things are pretty responsive from the get-go. I haven't had a number 3 since my very first one that I bought maybe 5 years ago, so it's kind of cool to see what the what the new number 3s are like, and it's pretty much exactly like the other one, except my other ones wore down at this point. Let's see here. So I want to try to do a couple of these out here. So I'm thinking I could either go this way, or I could go I'm going to do it backwards. Now I got to consider the shape of these when I do them backwards, because they don't exactly come out right. I always have to kind of doctor it. That one's a little better. Again, these are kind of just, see these thicker parts? For me, these are anchors for new colors. So I'm not going to completely fill it up with this red yet, but I do like red to sort of be the main color. And I think I'll do another little swirl here. See if I can start here without leaving a blob. And I might try to throw something in the middle here to offset that. So well, that didn't quite look the way I wanted it to. So let's erase it. Got a little mineral spirits on a rag here. And let's try to wipe that off without hitting the rest of it. There is a little ugliness there, but you know, throughout all the extra colors that I'm going to put on here, that will probably get covered up. Let's see how close we can get. And now that I've done that, I know that that's probably not going to work, and I can kind of come up with a better idea. So I'm paleting the brush a little bit. Make sure that's dry, because if you paint over that wet mineral spirits, if it's not dry, your brush will just skid right all over the place and blotch. So, let's see. I need to find a place to anchor it off of, so if I'm coming off of here, maybe something like that. Let's see. We'll try to make the tip first. Looks ugly, but whatever. Now we'll give the body to it here. A little better. I can live with it. Now I'm just going to fatten up some of these areas. Right? Maybe I'll add another stroke in here like that one. Just to give it a little more red. Because I really want this red to be a big part of the design. Kind of went a little too close there, but all right, let me show y'all how to fix that, because really all I did was cross this section. So let's fix that. That way y'all can see the whole situation. All right, too close in my opinion. I don't like it when it touches the other line. Them gaps, to me, make things look a little cleaner. So we're gonna have to wipe into one of the original lines there, but it should be okay. See, I use that a little bit. I'm going to fold this and use another corner so I could use that again. And where I touched, I can actually just make that part thicker. We'll see if we can work with that. Dry it off. We'll fix the original line here. Make sure that your tip doesn't have too much paint on it. Just by dabbing off a little bit on something so you can get in here nicely. Right. Now I'm pushing down for the thick part and lifting up to match the thinner part. Right, and maybe following the line down a little bit to where it kind of matches. Right, so now that's fixed. Let's make this a little thicker to get rid of that nastiness. Right, now that's been fixed. Now I'm going to see if I can match this little tail and do what I originally intended, was to add another one of these. It's funny because I almost touched again. That would have sucked. Alright. A little choppy, but it's a fix, right? Now, I feel like I could use a little bit more red here, but how do we want to do it? So maybe I could come off of here and do another loop, or do another one of these things. Bring it in, give myself. Now, since this is a skateboard and I can move it around, I would normally move this to look around at different angles. But because I'm filming, I'm just gonna leave it like this. And I'm gonna cut into this line, which is a little dangerous, but whatever. Give this a little bit more of a point. And we'll give ourselves a nice scroll that comes into this empty gap. And it's going to branch off of this. I don't think I've ever mentioned this, but if you pay attention, I hold this thing pretty close. I very rarely do I ever hold it by the handle. I'm always personally holding it pretty close. So there's a little bit of information for you. See? So I'm going to hit a loop and give it a nice thick end. Clean it up a little. I don't think most folks go through all that effort of cleaning up those ends, but I don't know. I got the time. You can also give these fat parts a little hook. It gives it a different look. Kind of a faster look. I don't even know how to explain it, but it's better than just a stop, I think. It's just a little tiny hook. And I think that's it. So this is the red portion to the design. I believe y'all are probably looking at it backwards, maybe. I don't know. Let me see if this thing's still in focus. Oh yeah, it's still in focus. It looks a little orange on the camera. I don't know if it's been going in and out of focus like that the whole time, but that's the beginning. That's this is one shot's bright red. So I'm gonna upload this video and then I will upload the next color when I get a chance to film. To the folks that watch regularly, my apologies for not being able to post as often. I got a new position at work, kind of been dealing with that. Schedule changes, COVID. It's just been a lot on my plate, but I'm glad that I could still make some videos, and I'm glad y'all are still around to watch them. So thank you very much, and keep an eye out for the next color. And thanks, Jason, for the wonderful brush. We'll see if we could do all of it with this one, or at least the sets that you gave me. All right, bye-bye.